Some athletes become champions, some become icons. But only a few transcend their sport and become symbols of excellence, resilience, and national pride. Joe Louis belongs to that rare group known as the Brown Bomber. Joe Louis is widely regarded as one of the greatest heavyweight boxers in history. His achievements inside the ring were extraordinary, but his impact outside the ring was equally important. He broke racial barriers, inspired millions during difficult times, and established a legacy that continues to influence boxing and sports culture. Today, Joe Louis was born in Alabama during an era when racial discrimination was deeply entrenched in American society. His family faced significant financial hardships and opportunities for African Americans were limited. Like many families during that period, they eventually moved north in search of a better life. Growing up in Detroit, Louis discovered boxing as a teenager. What started as a hobby quickly revealed an extraordinary talent. Coaches noticed his natural power discipline and calm demeanor. Unlike many future champions, Louis was not known for being loud or controversial. Instead, he let his performances speak for him. Louis turned professional and immediately began dominating opponents. His combination of speed, power, precision, and technical skill was unlike anything many fans had seen before. He possessed incredible punching power, excellent balance, precise combinations, strong defensive fundamentals, remarkable composure under pressure. As he continued winning, boxing fans realized they were witnessing a special talent. Within only a few years, he became one of the biggest attractions in sports. Joe Louis defeated James J. Braddock to become the heavyweight champion of the world. Winning the heavyweight championship was considered one of the highest achievements in sports. At a young age, Louis reached the top of boxing. However, becoming champion was only the beginning of his legendary story. What truly separates Joe Louis from many champions is what happened after he won the title. Most champions eventually lose their belt. Louis defended his title successfully many times. This remains the heavyweight division's record for title defenses. His championship reign lasted for more than a decade. During this period, he defeated nearly every significant challenger of his era. His dominance was so complete that many opponents entered fights already believing they would lose. This level of consistency is one of the primary reasons historians rank him among the greatest fighters ever. One of the most important chapters of Louis's career involved his rivalry with Max Schmeling. Schmeling shocked the world by knocking out Louis. It was Louis' first professional defeat. Rather than destroying his confidence, the loss motivated him to improve. Later, the two met again in a rematch that became much more than a boxing match. At a time of rising tensions before World War II, many people viewed the fight as a symbolic clash between democracy and Nazi Germany. Millions followed the event. Louis won by a first-round knockout in one of the most famous victories in sports history. The triumph elevated him from champion to national hero. Joe Louis' success carried enormous social significance. America during that era was still heavily segregated. African American athletes often faced discrimination regardless of their achievements. Louis changed perceptions. His dignity, professionalism, and excellence earned admiration across racial lines. He became one of the first black athletes to achieve widespread national popularity. His success helped pave the way for future sports legends, such as his influence reached far beyond boxing. Many boxing experts consider Joe Louis one of the most technically perfect heavyweight fighters ever. His style combined explosive power, exceptional timing, accurate combinations, strategic intelligence, efficient movement. Unlike fighters who relied solely on strength, Louis mastered the fundamentals of boxing. Many trainers still study footage of his fights to teach proper punching technique. His famous jab right-hand combination became a model for future generations. Joe Louis influenced virtually every heavyweight champion who followed him. Legends such as all benefited from the standard of greatness Louis established. Many historians believe modern heavyweight boxing would look very different without his influence. Joe Louis' legacy extends beyond championships and statistics. He became a cultural icon, a symbol of perseverance, a pioneer for racial progress, a role model for athletes. One of the most respected figures in sports history, Even decades after his death, his achievements remain celebrated. His name continues to appear in discussions about the greatest athletes and greatest boxers of all time. Joe Louis is considered a legend because he accomplished everything a boxer could dream of accomplishing and much more. He was a dominant world champion,